Hella slow. Looking like a lot. I just got the notification. See, see how it's, Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Yeah, here we go. Hey, shalom, Mike Young.
Shalom.
Hey, we want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakam Dash. Double honor to the apostles and elders that grew well, and peace and blessings to you brothers out there that's keeping words sincere, y'all some truth. You know, me and a brother was talking about the whole uh, Popeye's chicken sandwich ordeal, and it made me really think that our people are too open-minded, man. You know, we allow all types of manner of wickedness to enter into our community, whether it be homosexuality, transgenderism. You see, uh, uh, you know, forms of witchcraft, which is you know, these various drugs, things of that nature. All that is entered into so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, so-called community, is because our people are open to all types of abominations, and because our people are open to all these various abominations, if you will, or sins, if you will, that has induced our people to be very, very low level, very self-conscious, yet prideful, man. You see, that's why when a nigga get an idea, he's dangerous, man. Because if you have a opinion that's contrary to his his train of thought, if you will, you're a terrorist to him, man. There's no reasoning, right, within the nation of Israel, man. You so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Why is that? Because our people are following out the way that's not of the Heavenly Father. So there's mass confusion that's covering the face of the earth, man. And that covering cast is orchestrated by who? By the son of perdition, which is the so-called white man. And our people would love to have it so. Okay? So let's go ahead and get that. Did you have anything?
No.
Okay.
Well, since you mentioned the so-called white man, I was bringing Proverbs out. Or so hold on to that. The way that we introduce them.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Yeah, that's right.
So Proverbs chapter 12, verse 26. Verse 26, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them.
That's right. The way of the wicked has seduced our people, man. And that's why with a face of drugs, whether it be users, which really is a lot, or the people that are distributing drugs, man. Why is that? Because really we are taking on the way of the so-called white man, right? And he has mutated us, man, to some really base creatures, man. You see, because the number one drug dealer out there is who? Well, these pharmaceutical companies. You just had it to where Johnson & Johnson had to pay what I want to say over like $50 billion, you know, to because they were distributing aspirin that was really painkillers, but they had like I want to say like heroin and stuff like that. They were very, very strong. They were really stuff that you had needed to have a prescription for. They were just distributing that as painkillers, man. People were getting hooked on it and they were dying. You see, they said that 130 people die each day from these pills. You see, but our people have taken on that vibration of being slick and being very, very sneaky, and have made that a culture, man. Now you have shows like Power and things of that nature, right? All that is based off the whole concept of a nigga that's getting out the hood, enemies necessary, get rich or die trying, and that way has seduced our people, man. Whether it be a man or a woman, you see, because women they check for the guys out there that are so-called bad guys out there that are in the streets. You see, hey, Beyonce had a song that they want a soldier,
Yeah.
right? And that's the mindset about women. A good guy is intimidating. A good guy is too boring, right? Our women, and not only our women, right? But these women of America, of Western culture, if you will, are whorish. That's the same thing with the nation of Israel. We're going with the wind. The so-called white man, all he has to do is just put, whatever topic or ideology on boob tube, and our people will be hooked.
Right. Like the brother said, anything no more so the so-called white man, which Esau according to the Bible says up, man, like the brother saying, man, they latch on to it. You know, like he referenced that soldier song by Beyonce and them. You know, they have what that song by Shine, Bad Boy. You know, hood nigga, all that type of stuff, man. They just looking for that now. You know, because that's what's uplifting this society. They don't uplift uh, responsible men, okay, righteous men that are trustworthy men. No, what do you see here? You know, power. All these BS reality TV shows, basketball wives. You know, even Jay got a TV show, with that reality TV show, Inked Up. You know,
Yeah.
tattoos is the culture now. You know, all these things are adverse to our ways. So the scriptures say that when you read the beginning of that verse, it says, pull it out again. Proverbs 12:26, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor. So who is the righteous, man? We're supposed to be the righteous, man. When you read Deuteronomy 4:6, the Most High gave his laws and his commandments to Israel to show the rest of the nations how to live. Right? But because we went off, okay, going a whoring after other gods, being loose women in the spirit, you know, to other philosophies, other doctrines, now we were put in captivity, man. So we're one of the curses, we're going to serve on our enemies, gods of wood and stone. That's what we see here now. He puts up all these other false idols, these false ideologies, and because of what we're going on, Most High has Israel open to that, man. You know, to where we're accepting everything. You know, to where even a damn chicken sandwich is changing mindset and vibration, how they act.
That's right. And that's just a small rendition of how low our people are, man. To be willing to fight over a damn chicken sandwich. You have to have the chicken sandwich. That's witchcraft, man, to the highest level. You see, you willing to fight somebody over a damn chicken sandwich that probably isn't even chicken. You see, and you got millions of people getting these chicken sandwiches every single day, man. Do you think there's enough chicken to go around? There's a small part, a very, very, very strong possibility that you're eating something that's abominable, man, like a damn mouse or something, man. You see? Hey, I'm watching a vid, brother, Kahan Pashai sent to me about Cardi B. She was like, okay, I finally want to see what y'all talking about. You know, I couldn't even get a damn chicken sandwich. You fat motherfuckers want to excuse my language, want to eat damn chicken sandwiches, right? So when she finally got it, she looked at the chicken and picked up the so-called chicken. She's like, this ain't chicken, man. She's like, I can't do this. Then at the end of the clip, you know, a dude was showing how, you know, it was dang on maggots inside the chicken. You see, so you guys are eating old chicken that's pumped full of additives, right? For it to maintain its structure, you know, its smell, its taste. On top of bread is probably that dang on yoga mat bread, right? Pumped full of all types of chemicals. And you're going crazy over it. And half of these people, they probably seen What the Health before. They probably seen Super Size Me before.
Right.
But they love it to have it so, man. Because our people trust in wickedness. And because they trust in wickedness, guess what? They have become very, very sottish, man. You see? I'm going to grab this right quick, brother. Now, this is Jeremiah 3:23. Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills, and from the multitude of mountains. Truly, in Yahweh power is salvation of Israel. So what are them hills is talking about? We're talking going into them idols, man. That's what our people. That's what our people um, deem as right. All these false idols, man. They have induced our people to be very very base. You see. So trusting in the philosophy or the ideology, if you will, of the so-called white man has what? Has induced our people to be very, very lewd people, man. Out of control brute beasts that need to be taken down. They need to be taken out of their misery, man. Our people have spiritual rabies. You see? You got somewhere, brother? Yeah, Jeremiah 4. Yeah, God, Jeremiah 4. Actually, get that Hosea 4. Hey, Shalom, Apostle.
All right, it's gonna be Hosea chapter 4. Let's start at verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, O ye children of Israel, for the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
That's right. What is, you look at that word controversy, what is that going into? Where it's going in? Basically, he has an ought against the nation of Israel, man. You see? He has a problem with the nation of Israel. Go ahead,
Because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out and blood touches blood.
That's right. There's no truth of Yahweh by Shemel Shai in these so-called communities. So what happens? Robberies happen, murdering, you see, adultery. Hey, was not really talked about much, you know, in these so-called communities. Pedophilia. You have uncles touching on these little girls, touching on little boys, man. You see, their relatives or whatever. Why is that? Because there's no understanding of the truth in these various neighborhoods, in these various households, man. And it's produced our people to be very, very low, very, very lewd. You see? Go ahead.
Therefore shall the land mourn, and every one that dwelleth therein shall languish with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven. Yea, the fish of the sea also shall be taken away. Yet let no man strive, nor reprove another, for thy people are as they that strive with the priest. Therefore shalt thou fall in the day, and the prophet also shall fall with thee in the night, and thou will destroy thy mother.
It's a boss. I even threw the mother in there, man. There's gonna be a cleansing on the face of the earth, man. You see, the Most High's gonna cleanse this place, man. You see, everybody. You look on social media or not even social media on YouTube. Everybody has an opinion, man. Striving with the priests. You see, thinking they know something, which is a huge indicator that our people are very very prideful, man. You see, they're not ashamed. They're not shamefaced. You know, when you come on, when our people who know that they're Israelites come on the apostles' comment boards, they're not ashamed to show their folly. The scriptures in Sirach said instead of a friend, become not an enemy. But our people boast over the little knowledge that they have received, man, and try to get accolades, whether it be via going against the knowledge, right? Or just creating all types of manners of wicked doctrines, man. Now the whole the new end thing is saying the mark of the beast is really a stamp, which is money. That makes no sense, man. And why are they doing that? Well, they're doing that because they want to get clout. What you looking for? Are you looking for? No, you good. You looking for because of pride? Because I was thinking about that one in Sirach 10.
Yeah, Sirach chapter 10, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Pride is hateful before the Most High man, and by both does one commit iniquity.
That's right. So our people commit iniquity. Why is that? Because because they are very prideful, man. Which is an indicator that our people don't understand the true power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. You see? Because if you understand that the Most High will kill you, man, there's a level of humility that you would possess. But our people have no fear of the Heavenly Father. And our people are going to understand about death by pain, man.
That's for you. Mm-hmm. Second Ezra chapter 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter times shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
That's right. That's
moving back to that's what that Hosea the 4th chapter is talking about, man. You know, Most High has a lot of kill to do when you read Isaiah the 66th chapter. The slain of the Lord shall many. Why? Because everyone's walking around in pride right now. Our people walk around puffed up, saying whatever the hell they want, man. There's no consequences for it because why? They're falling after the ways of their enemy, man. You know, Esau has set this whole thing up, man. You know, to where his pride is walking throughout the earth and he's saying whatever the hell, and our people are following suit after that, man. You know, because there's no consequences being uplifted or being exacted because of what you say. You know, when we were in power, man, all our such commandments, you just couldn't walk around doing whatever the hell you do, man. Right. You know, there's consequences and there's repercussions for certain things when you break the law, man.
That's right.
But the law is not being pushed here. But again, this is such a God-fearing society, but the law is being pushed. So it's just a nation full of hypocrites, man. You know, and then that judgment's going to come for them for that. Pretty much on that. We'll go back to Hosea.
I think that was it on that. Let's grab that Jeremiah.
Okay. 4. All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. And it reads, "For my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are sottish children."
That's right. You look at that word sottish, it means somebody very, very stupid, impudent. And this is and quite not the vibration of Yahweh let's say of the so-called white man of Edom. That's what you see that's being produced, man. A very stupid, low vibration, man. You see, I was listening to George Carlin, and he was going to how Americans are just basically fat and dumb and lazy, man. You see, everyone walk around so prideful, puffed up, fat, 50 pounds overweight. You see, with stupid backpacks on, carry a whole bunch of stuff that they don't need, so their hands can be free, so they can eat more. And he was going in.
That's right. Yeah, going talking how they had stupid children. You know, all these things. He was doing nothing but telling the truth at that point, man. You know, the way you're saying it was comical, but he was spitting nothing but facts about how the society is messed up and who's to blame. Okay, Esau, the so-called white man. You're talking about the elite banking family, so-called Jews that run the world right now. Okay, they're to blame for this, man. But you Joe six-pack Edomites, y'all aren't off the hook either.
That's right.
Y'all love to have it so, man, because this is y'all society.
That's right.
You know, but because they have everything set up their way, you know, our people are falling after as well. You know,
people falling after this wickedness, man. And when a nigga or a Latino or spit Uncle Tomahawk gets into being a full red-blooded American, man, he goes in, man, and it's a nasty look, bro. He might not even be calling himself pro-American, but he's still falling after that vibration of America, man. You see, case in point, look at these women. These women want to call themselves queens and things of that nature, you know. But don't you come in here try to talk about another woman, because she's a queen, right? So what did that make you? A damn joker? a damn joke. You see, these women want to be worshipped, right? And they want to call themselves so-called African queens. You see, but in Africa, temporarily speaking, men have multiple wives, man.
Right.
You see, so what are women falling after? Well, they're falling after a vibration that's not of Yahweh by Shem Shot. They're falling after the ways of a so-called white man. You see, and it's produced nothing but confusion, man. These women out here confused as hell. Men out here confused as hell. You see, and you can blame that on who? The son of perdition. You see, go ahead.
I got this right. Jeremiah 2:33. Why trimmest thou way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways.
Ooh, so our people have go so hard in wickedness. We teach Edom how to be wicked, man. You know, when you see a gay male homosexual, a lot of times, who's he acting like? Well, he's acting like the so-called black woman.
Right.
You see? Why is that? Because our people excel in wickedness, man. It's a damn shame.
That's why the scripture say that you have overpassed the deeds of the wicked. You know, because like the brother said, we the salt of the earth, so that's what, and Esau knows that. That's why he pushes those things to push Jake at the front of all these wicked movements, man. Of all these different ways, because Jake gonna make the shit cool. You know, and Jake gonna put some flavor into it, whether it's being a homosexual, whether it's dealing drugs, you know. Jake make that lifestyle cool, man. So and that's why he uses Jake. Because he know where the Lord shows the people, we can put flavor onto it. But he's the ruler and the devil, so he sets up all those ways. So we we look for acceptance from the damn devil. He beats us down. We look for acceptance, and so we trim our way, man, to seek acceptance from. But then we end up destroying ourselves because it's not our ways, you know.
That's right, man.
That was and I'll go back to Jeremiah. Back in Jeremiah 4:22, for our people is foolish; they have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
That's right. Our people are first-class citizens when it comes to hustling. You know, somebody who's look just like them. You see, are getting over on the system. But when it comes to fall out of the will of Yahweh by Shema Shai, there's always an excuse, man. And you see that in the nation of Israel now. Excuses being made, not to follow the heavenly Father, not to take heed. You see, the same guys coming out with the whole wayward doctrine of had a mark of the beast as a stamp. These guys are out there on the highways and byways prophesying with hats on, man. Just rebellious. No understanding, man. Trying to be the flavor of the month. So somebody can say, "Ooh, look at them, they're the bad, they bad boys," like you said earlier. They're bad boys. You see, those some no shit type of guys. You know?
Yeah.
Not knowing that the mother and fathers has their eyes, has his eyes on them. Most I would destroy you for that, for not following after what's written in the scriptures, man.
Right. That they were, like I said, y'all go back to Esau, that were bad to the bone, that rebel without a cause spirit, you know. But the scripture said that rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft, man. And what are you supposed to do with a witch? You put them to death, man. You know. So you guys, man, with that rebellious spirit, man, you mark, man, unless you repent, man. Yeah, you know. But that's a spirit of death. That's a way of death, man. To be a so-called rebel, you know. Like the brother said, the Most High ain't with that, man. You know.
You have another scripture. You jump to Hosea 5, starting verse 4.
All right, it's Hosea.
Hey, because I don't know if you've been told what you had, you know, being funny. But judgment's around the corner, man.
Right.
We don't have time to be trying to you know, stand out. Don't stand out, man. Don't try to stand out. Stand up for Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. It ain't the time to be trying to make a name for yourself, man. Right now, we're supposed to be working out our salvation with fear and trembling, man. And within you doing that, first off, you have to be in order. And secondly, man, you got to be toiling for Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Because that's who you want to be seen by, man. You want to be seen by the Lord. You don't want to be seen by man. You get patting your back all the time, you know. But if the Lord don't like you, the Lord will do away with you. We see a lot of guys in this truth of ours that knew a lot of breakdowns, man. Went hard on the highways and byways, but just didn't have the spirit. And eventually, what happened? They were weeded out, man.
Right, right. Like I said, this man, you gonna like the brother said, don't try to stand out. You're gonna end up standing out anyway when it's time. Because the Lord, because Esau's gonna come, man. He's gonna come for the Lord's men, and he's gonna persecute. He's gonna put Jake on the news. You're gonna be seen. You're gonna be out there. Make no mistake about it, you know. And then those that stand stiffly through that persecution, then that's when you're gonna shine. But right now, the glory has to go to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, we confess to him and just do what we're supposed to do, man. But if you look at to be, and that's like the brother talking about, man, Jake just wanted to say have something different to say. Yep. Jake want to be that different guy that has that way. Okay, the blueprint has already been laid out, man. The way how to operate this thing, what to teach, how to govern yourself, how to conduct yourself amongst the Achaeon, amongst the hopeful elect when you're teaching, that's already been laid out, man. So you stick to that program, we gonna be recognized in that time when Yahweh Shah comes back, you know. But I had this real quick. Sirach chapter 1, verse 29. Be not an hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest. Okay, so if you talk about you going Yahweh Hashem Shah, but you really doing it for your own vain glory, okay? Scripture say don't act like that, man. And why is that? Verse 30. Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul, and so the Most High discover thy secrets.
That's right.
And that's what happened to guys that sought their own glory. They've been put on a front street amongst Israel looking bad as hell through. And then that's when you get aired out all your dirty secrets, man. Now everyone has BS that they've done, but the Most High, but Scripture say, blessed he who Most High not impute iniquity, who sins are covered. You know, but if you be in the hypocrite, man, the Most High, if you want that shine, the Most High gonna shine that light on you. You know, what's that? Zephaniah 1. You shall search Jerusalem with candles. So that's what the Lord is doing. He's shining that light. So if you act like a hypocrite, when that candle gets put on you, man, you're gonna be out there bad as hell, looking crazy. Right. And cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in the truth to the fear of the Lord, but thy heart is full of deceit. It's just for the reference, man. They don't have no fear of the Heavenly Father, man. You know? That's right. And that's why they're not making those wise decisions. Because the Scripture say the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Jake is out here reprobate, making horrible decisions right now. You know, fighting over chicken, seeking their own glory. You know,
trying to get that like on social media. I'm trying to get that like on your sit downs. You see, which hey, you know, you want people to see your work. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I don't check to see if somebody, doesn't see my vid. Come on now, you put a lot of time and effort into it, and you hope that people, are being edified, man.
That's right.
You see, but if we do it in the spirit of, I'm so cold, I know some precepts. It's not about that, man.
Right.
You see, the scriptures say in Matthew 20 and 16, the first will be last and last will be first. Going to what? We all trying to get that same penny. You see, and a lot of times when you've been in this thing for 10 years, 9 years, you do want people to acknowledge, okay, this brother's being toiling with you, but no, it's not about that. At the end of the day, it's about making it on chariots, man.
Start confessing and putting out that great vibration and truth and sincerity, man. You know, that's all. At the end of the day, that's all it's about.
That's right. And you on the scene bopping, you see, and willing to open yourself up to all these false doctrines, which really are demons. You really acting like a female. You're acting like a whore. You see, a loose woman that are be willing to be with any man. You see, whether it be for 50 lucre's sake or to fulfill her own conscience, man. A lot of women out here, you know, have big egos, yet they're very, very, very self-conscious, man. And that's the nation of Israel, man. Big egos, but very, very self-conscious. You see, very open-minded, willing to trim the way like the priest had brought out to seek love from these various nations, man. Okay, you got someone? Okay, go ahead.
Hosea 5.
Yes, sir.
Hosea chapter 5, verse 4. They will not frame their doings to turn unto their power, for the spirit of whoredoms is in the midst of them, and they have not known the Lord, Yahushua. And the pride of Israel doth testify to his face. Therefore shall Israel and Ephraim fall in their iniquity. Judah also shall fall with them.
That's right. So the whole nation of Israel is going to fall because the iniquity they is producing. And you're seeing that happening now. You got Judah, the southern tribe, getting shot down in the street, incarceration rate high, right? You got the northern tribe; they're in concentration camps too. Children being separated from their parents, right? Why is that? Because our people want to follow after Jesus Christ and Jesus. And when you tell them that, hey, the so-called Mexicans, the Latinos, that's your brother, or conversely, the so-called black man, that's your brother. Like, oh no, that's not my brother. That's a, a nigga, or that's a spit. I agree. You got some Judahites out there that say, hey, I believe, I'm for what the Trump is saying about the wall because you got too many of them coming over here. You see? And then the ones that come over here, they're looking down on the so-called Negro. They're deeming the so-called Negro as lazy, man. You see? Go ahead.
John 8:44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Okay? And so, hey, that's why Jake be saying, the brothers that sincere brothers and teach me talking to Jake, talking about you like your daddy Esau, man. Okay? Because who was that go back to? The murder from the beginning was what? Cain. Okay, Cain slew Abel because Abel had righteous works, man, and Cain was jealous. Okay? And what does the true scripture say? And then the first John says, if you hate your brother, you're equation with a murder, man. And so again, Esau spread that divide and conquer by going into how the Latin tribes look down on Negro tribes. Negro tribes make fun of Latin tribes, specifically Judah messes with Issachar a lot, especially down here in Texas.
Yep.
Issachar looks down on Judah. There's hatred amongst the Latin tribes, that's that spirit of Esau, man, following after your oppressor. And now look, there's nothing but hatred and murder amongst our tribes, man. That's right. To where we kill each other over nothing. Now in these hoods. Swindle each other. Lie to each other. Jay, you have some sort of trust to Jay. Jay, look at that as you go, man. You're easy mark. Yeah. All right, that was on that. Go back to it. Hosea chapter 5, verse 6, as I read verse 5 again. And the pride of Israel doth testify to his face. Therefore shall Israel and Ephraim fall in their iniquity. Judah also shall fall with them. They shall go with their flocks and with their herds to seek the Lord, but they shall not find him. He hath withdrawn himself from them. They have dealt treacherously against the Lord, for they have begotten strange children, And now shall a month devour them with their portions.
That's right. So when the new moon came around, we would gather, our that basically what was produced in the field. You see, guess what? That's symbolically going to have the nation of Israel is going to be basically stripped of its goods, man. And you see that going on now, symbolically speaking, and also literally. I was watching a small clip on how you have these black farmers, so-called black farmers, they're losing their land, man. Why is that? Because Most High is stripping them of their goods, you know, because of and also because of inflation. The dollar, right? It's not going stretching as much as it used to. So people are more than ever are trying to get on welfare. You see, there's a systematic squeeze that the Most High is placing on the nation of Israel for not following after His way. You see, and eventually it's going to culminate to a great judgment, man. You see, which you know as Jacob's trouble,
Right.
okay?
Back, Hosea chapter 5, verse 8. Blow ye the cornet in Gibeon, and the trumpet in Ramah. Cry aloud at Bethaven, after thee, O Benjamin. Ephraim shall be desolate in the day of rebuke. Among the tribes of Israel have I made known that which shall surely be.
And what's going on to the tribe of Ephraim right now? We have all types of social unrest going on in Puerto Rico. You see, a hurricane about to hit Puerto Rico. Which last year you had Trump throwing paper towels at the Ephraimites in disdain. You see, you had it to where they just kicked out what, a governor or some high up official, right? In Puerto Rico. You see, so all types of things are happening to the northern tribes, man. The Most High is visiting them, and we're to tell you why. The reason why is because our people are falling at the vibration that's not of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, the true power of the scriptures. You see, and within our people not falling after the way of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, our people have produced a lot of wickedness, man. You see, and because of that wickedness, our people are going to be judged by the Heavenly Father.
That's right.
You see? And yeah,
Right. Verse 10. The princes of Judah were like them that removed the bound. Therefore I will pour out my wrath upon them like water.
You Judites are going to be destroyed too. You see, like the flood of Katrina, when it was devastating that city of New Orleans, which New Orleans is a very wicked city.
That's right.
You have Mardi Gras. You see, as Mardi Gras happens. You have sections of transgenders, things of that nature, just all out loose. You see, that's a very, very wicked city, and Katrina devastated that city. It came the water came in and totally washed that city away. What symbolically speaking, that's what the Most High is going to do. Most High is going to wash the nation of Israel for its iniquities.
Right.
Totally destroyed.
It's like Jake don't learn, man. Jake can learn in New Orleans. Nope. What did they do when that city got devastated? They got dispersed in the South. A lot of them came to Houston. A lot of them came to the DFW area. They shot down to Atlanta. All different places in the South, man. And what they do, they brought that wickedness here, man.
Yep.
There was one story when that first happened. I believe it was in Mesquite, or the Dallas area. They took a guy in for one of the refugees, left him home with the daughter. He raped and killed the people's daughter, man. So all Jay did was bring war to the other hoods, trying to take over other hoods, and not considering, why they were in that position, man. That's why the scripture say, consider your ways, man.
That's right. remember that.
Yeah, they didn't consider. They just came and dispersed in other different areas and started wreaking havoc and bringing all that BS in other different areas. And then when they finally went back, then nothing changed, man. Yeah. That's why the Lord is going to destroy 2/3 of our people. You know, when you read Isaiah the 6th chapter, when it says He blind the people, and Isaiah asks, "How long until the cities be wasted, man?" So you people, so 2/3 of our people are going to sit here and continue to do this BS, blind, not receiving the truth because the Most High is not dealing with them. Until when? Until they get destroyed, man. They're gonna have to come back in the kingdom. That's pursuant to Zechariah 13:8. 2/3 are gonna be destroyed, man. So they're not gonna get right. We just gonna continue to curse you niggas out, rebuke you niggas, and that way you have no cloak for your sins. And then the Most High is gonna take you out, man.
That's right.
Back Hosea chapter 5, verse 11. Ephraim is oppressed and broken in judgment, because he willingly walked after the commandment.
That's right. So Ephraim, because he followed the will that's basically of Balaam, guess what? He's broken and oppressed. You see? And guess what? We're gonna see that on a very high level soon. You see, there's gonna be a lot of judgment that's going to take place in the nation of Israel for the iniquities that it has shown. You see, real soon, man. Because our people fall after all these vibrations, man. You see, have been contaminated with spiritual STDs, right? And they love to have it so. They still haven't turned away from these various idols. So guess what? The Most High is going to have to treat them like how you would treat a whore, you know, in the ancient times, man. We didn't have whores of the nation of Israel. You see, if a woman became a whore in the nation of Israel, what would you do with her? You would put that woman to death. Just like when Judah had thought that Tamar was playing the harp. What did he do? He said, well, we got to put her to death. You see? Well, because the nation of Israel has become a whore, a spiritual whore, a lot of our people are going to be put to death. You got someone?
This is Jeremiah chapter 2, starting at verse 26. As a thief is ashamed when he is found, so is the house of Israel ashamed. They, their kings, their princes, and their priests, and their prophets, saying to a stock, "Thou art my father," and to a stone, "Thou hast brought me forth." But they have turned their back unto me, and not their face. But in the time of their trouble, they will say, "Arise and save us." And that's what people are going to be doing, man. They're going to be praying to the Heavenly Father when the time of Jacob's, the time of Jacob's trouble come, man. They're going to be looking for the Heavenly Father to deliver them, man. But all the while, who are they calling on? Jesus, Egyptology, man. You know? They pushing gods with animal heads and human bodies. It's utterly ridiculous. You know? Worshiping the woman. The black woman is God. Buddhism, Islam, okay? They're going to be looking for all those things to save them, man. Verse 28, but where are thy gods that has made thee? Let them arise, if they can save thee in the time of thy trouble. For according to the number of thy cities are thy gods, O Judah.
That's right. So our people are all boil of confusion, man. You talk to the average Negro, and he's pro-black, you know what I'm saying? A Christian some days, and a Muslim depending on the crowd. You see? So because of that, man, our people are going to be destroyed, man. And it's going to be a very sore destruction, a sore death. Okay? You got something like that?
No, that was it. Go back to Hosea 5.
Get Isaiah 30. Yeah, Isaiah 30 and start at 9. And you can kind of wrap it up.
Okay.
All
right, this is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 9. Sorry, verse 8. But now go, write it before them at the table, and note in the book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not against us right things, but speak unto us smooth things.
That's right, and that's what you see that in the people that are in the know, people who know they're Israelites. You know, why is there such a fight and a backlash against the mark of the beast being RFID chip? When you see currency, moving towards the internet, man, which is the internet of all things. Everything that you do is on the internet. What makes you think that they're not gonna move your currency on the internet? Why is it so unreasonable to think that the so-called white man won't place a tracking device in you? Which they're doing that because basically you're good unto them, man. The various these banks will be able to use you as collateral. Which makes sense. I was watching a clip, and this female was going to basically have. That's one reason why slavery ended, because these banks couldn't show that these various slaves were goods, so they had to let them go. But now, with the RFID chip, that's a perfect way for people to be basically to be likened to goods, man. You see, and within you taking that chip, you are totally bow down to the system of the so-called white man. You are pleading your allegiance to him, man, and they're gonna make that very, very, very convenient and objectively speaking, rational to get.
Yeah, and that's, if I say this, and that's exactly what they're gonna do, man. They're gonna present it as a convenience for people, you know, or the chaos, but they're gonna present it as a convenience for people, man, because they got people lock, stock, and barrel ready for it. Why? Because they pushing McDonald's, they push all these unhealthy foods, they push social media, okay, they push looking at these reality TV shows, all this stuff dumbs people down. So people don't have 2 seconds worth of what I'm looking for. Attention span, exactly. Well, bro, the attention span is ridiculously low. They have a microwave mentality now, right? Okay, even when if anyone ever worked in a call center business, when you have someone that the customer's calling and you have them try to look a number up before they do something, what do? They get an attitude like, "Oh, you making me think. Oh, this is so inconvenient, so inconvenient." That's everyone's complaining now. Every time something new comes out, the advertising, they always talk about how convenient it is.
Yeah.
So how convenient it is going to be when everything is on a damn chip in your hand to where you don't have to do any work. Okay, and that's when you got these, and like Joel Carlo was saying, you got these lazy, dumb, fat ass people. It's right up their alley for, man, for the RFID microchip.
That's right.
It's going to cut out a lot of things. It's going to stop Jake from having side hustles. Because they don't report to Esau right now for whatever side hustle you got, that little cash you try to pocket. Esau know about that, man. Esau don't want all them pennies, man. Yeah. And it's all, and that's what's going to control whether you buy or sell, whether you get paid. Esau's going to have to track. He's going to have to track all that, man. That's going to ultimately make him the god of this world, man. And that's what I said. That's why that's prime. It makes perfect sense.
Right.
That's why if you take that chip, man, that's why the wrath of the Heavenly Father is going to come upon you when you read Revelation 14 chapter.
That's right.
Because you pretty much signed yourself over and you chose your side, man. You chose the side of the devil.
And why is that not plausible? The so-called white man has created all types of various schools of thought to basically put you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans into captivity, man. You see, whether it be the use of Christianity, whether it be social Darwinism, you see, whether it be school system, use all these various lies to put our people into hardcore bondage. What makes you think that he's not going to want to chip you, man?
Right.
Right now, you have in China, they don't use credit cards. They use their phones. They use their phones, man. You see, they have it in China to where you have social points.
Yeah.
The surveillance cameras everywhere, and if you violate a point, a social point by jaywalking or something like that, you get a strike on you.
You don't pay your credit up, pay your bills or whatever.
Strike on.
Strike. Where that journalist couldn't even get on the bus, use public transportation,
Right?
Because its social credit score was so low.
Social credit, yep. You know? And that's a form of control. You see, and eventually that phone, which they're using everything, they're using this phone to track us. That phone is going to be, you're going to be a part of you.
Yep.
They actually have a term called digital colonialism. I encourage brothers to look that up. Digital colonialism basically is, a theory that, colonialism now has moved to them basically taking over the minds or using people to gain information. And so they use a phone, things like that, to eavesdrop. That's why when we're having a conversation, you see, and you look on a news feed that you have, the conversation that you had pops up because they're listening to the conversation, listening to buzzwords, and they want to basically track you. You see, why is that? So they can profit off you, man. Right? Now the capital in which they're trying to get, right, is are humans. You see, so what makes you think that they're not going to use the RFID chip as a mechanism to make you a product? Right. But you have niggas out there, and I just call like how it is, that are rebellious, man. They want to be those guys. You know? Instead of you humbling down, right, and listening to what the scriptures are saying, and chiefly what your teachers are saying, you want to establish your own righteousness, man. So you could get some damn clap. So you could get 25 more thumbs up. You see, tripping, and most High gonna do away with you for that, man. It's not, and now's not the time for that stuff. That crap. Leave your pride aside, man. It's time to get the heck up out of here, man. You see? You got something?
Yes, real quick back to Philippians 3:18. For many walk, of whom I have told you often, and now tell you even weeping, that they are the enemies of the cross of the Mashiach, whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly.
Man, your God is your belly, man. What is that saying? Well, you're doing things to please yourself and not what's pleasing to the Heavenly Father. And that's a dangerous state to be in.
That's right.
You see, because because the flesh is insatiable. Your ego is insatiable. So whatever it takes to please that ego, our people are doing. And you have people that's of the circumcision that are doing that. It says that it's warning, Paul is warning the church of the people of the circumcision. Man. Brothers out there or niggas out there who know that they're Israelites. You see? Throw it out.
And whose glory is in their shame, who mind earthly things. You know, they want to get them wins in the flesh, man. They want them wins now. You know, they want to look good now. They want that shine now, man. You know, all the wins on this side are temporal, man. You know, meaning temporary. It's not gonna last, man. Having the respect of men, the praise of men, looking good, having the check, just because you know a few scriptures, you know you're Israelite, trying to impress women, all that stuff is played out, man. That stuff is temporal, and all that stuff is gonna wipe away here, man. But that's what you got in Israel. A lot of Jake that's just trying to win now, you know. And your end is gonna be destruction for that. It's back in Isaiah chapter 30, verse 10 again, which says to the seer, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not against us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us.
That's right, sir. I ain't trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear that Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, Yahweh by Shem Yahushua got to say. Tell me something good. You know, and it's easy to accept, okay, accept the fact that the mark of the beast is just a stamp or just a currency. But if you had that mindset, we were like, okay, well, I can just use another currency. You see, that's easier to swallow versus, well, you might not be able to eat for a couple of days. Okay, you might be ostracized from your family.
Your woman, your children might be looking at you, funny because they ain't.
Yo, you told us that we're gonna eat in that day. You see,
kids crying. Jake, Jake contract probably Jake love the kids, man. So that's gonna be a serious thing that day. If you go a couple days, you have a 10-year-old, a 5-year-old, 12-year-old, and 8 in a couple days, man. That's temptation, man.
It's hard, man.
And like the brother said, Jake don't want to go through that, man. You get pulled out in the middle of the night, you got shivers before you, and all of a sudden you see that guillotine, that sharp ass guillotine on the other side, They don't want to think about that type of stuff. That whole existence has been so negative. They just want to block that out and live in blissful happiness, be happy and be positivity. Well, that's not what's coming.
Yep.
We are here to warn Jacob of the upcoming times that's coming, man, the bad times. But those that get in line, the scriptures say that it's Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
Right.
You
have to believe that. You have to believe it. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable, like our big brother Yahushua, Lord Yahushua. He was uncomfortable. You see, to the point to where he even, in the Apostle Gabar had brought this up, he even asked the Most High, Lord, why have you forsaken me? Because it got that bad, man. But he was willing to finish that race, and what? He was upgraded. He was raised up on the third day. You have to be willing to go through that. You see, and that's not easy to think about, man. Experience that a little taste of persecution. That shit hard, man. People calling you office and stuff like that. That shit hard. You have families looking at you crazy. You want to explain yourself. It's hard. I can only imagine on a national level. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. You have to be willing to go through that. You see, most of people don't want to think about that. That's why they want to come up with these little insignificant arguments. You see, so they can put themselves up as the top leaders, because they think this is going to go on forever.
Yeah.
You see, debating back and forth. It's not going. This is not going on forever, brothers. We are slowly, but not even. I can't even say slowly. We're getting to that time of all hell about to break loose. There's a worldwide recession going on right now. You see, all these natural disasters, things that nature hit. Guess what? Food shortages around the corner. Trade wars. The price of food it's going to go up exponentially. You see, it's going to get uncomfortable out here, brothers. Right? See, you have niggas out there, right? And niggas in Israel and niggas in the world that they want to live their life in total darkness, like the scriptures is saying. Go ahead,
back in verse 12, wherefore thus said the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise his word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon, Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swollen out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant.
That's right. You look at that word oppression. If you have 1611, in the margin it says fraud. Now that's what our people are trusting. Our people are trusting the damn fraud and damn lies, man. You see, that's why they're willing to fight over over a damn chicken sandwich, or have debates over the different nuances of the Chick-fil-A sandwich versus a Popeye sandwich. This sandwich has butter on it. This sandwich is roasted right here. We get the seasoning on this one. You see, fraud the vibration of folly, man. You see, so just like how, see, I knew people from New Orleans, you know, before Katrina hit, right? You had people in New Orleans having a F Katrina party. Like, girl, like people who I knew that left and came to where I was from, it was like, yeah, you had people that stayed in city like, I ain't worried about Katrina, F Katrina, I'm going to this F Katrina party. That same woman that she was talking about was was on the damn news screaming for help. That's gonna be our people, man, in that day. You see? Wow. Yep. That's a true story, yeah. You know, playing with the Lord like that, man. Jacob, stop playing with the Lord, man. You see, the Lord's not no joke, man. You see, you got this beautiful knowledge for a reason. You got to spread it and to open up the eyes of the whole fillet in that multitude, man. You didn't get this thing to try to get clout, man. It's not what these scriptures are about, bro. That's not cool, man. That's hella uncool, bro. You're being disrespectful to your how by seeing your shot. You acting like a female, man. Loosening in everybody's face. You see? Go ahead, sorry.
The Lord has opened up on Jay. You can see it. You know, we're seeing it increase more and more. You know, so you'll see it real soon once the Lord really start judging in mass quantities. Because he's talking, he's talking Jacob every day, man. There's new ways, brothers are seeing articles where people are being put to death day by day. And it's only increasing and getting worse, man. And also, I'm about to show you who he is and why he was called one of his titles, Al-Ashadi, for a reason, you know. He's been slaying and not really judging because he's letting everybody build up their tab, man. You know, put it low everybody to sleep so they can hit it with that spiritual club punch, man. You know, that's why it says, we're going to read verse 13 again. Therefore, this iniquity shall beat you as a breach ready to fall. Okay, the Most High is going to come sweeping, man, sweeping agent, man. What's that? That nuclear fire, man. It's going to come at an instant, you know, slowing down the high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. What's that? The day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night. You know, and as they lose to what? Nuclear destruction, man. But before that, what's going to happen, man? Martial law, race riots, all these things we're seeing little tidbits of it now, man. It's going to do nothing but increase, man. You know, so when that family of the word hit, Jay going to be out here bad. You know, we're gonna see where that pride and all those that sensual earthly knowledge is gonna get Jake in that day, man. Like the only way you're gonna get out here and escape that destruction, man, is you be covered by the spirit and the blood of Yahweh Shah, man. The spirit of Yahweh Shah, that's the only way you're gonna get out of this, man. But if you fall and sought your own glory, you're not gonna last in that day, man. You wanna keep reading on this?
We read that last verse.
Okay, verse 14. And he shall break it as the breaking of the potter's vessel that is broken in pieces. He shall not spare, so that there shall not be found in the bursting of it a shirt to take fire from the hearth, or to take water withal out of the pit.
So most I don't like as a potter, a potter, or a vase, if you will. is shattered on the ground, that's how the Most High is going to be the nation of Israel. You see? Hey, so with that understanding, man, we gotta walk in humility, brothers.
Right.
We can't just be out here just willy-nilly. You see, it's important that we understand who we're in, man. Do whatever you need to do to stay in order, man. Speaking to myself first and foremost. You see, keep the main thing the main thing. And the main thing is what? Shit, is following after the will of Yahweh by shot. So we get the heck up out of here, brothers. You know, that's it, man. Hey, we want to give all praises to
Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua by Hashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders that were well, and peace and blessings to you brothers out there. Let's keep these words sincere, y'all. Some true shalom.
Shalom.